Geode hunters, and I've been around geodes for 22 years. When I took this job, I was going to stay for 5. 22 years later, I'm still in the job because of folks like you. I enjoy meeting you folks, and I see people have been coming for geodes, number one. That's probably our biggest tourism attraction, but it's only an attraction to a certain amount of people. Some people would come driving up the River Road. They stop in Keokuk. If you go to Illinois, you'll see off to your left the first dam and hydroelectric plant across the Mississippi River. A lot of people don't know that, but the first one was built here in 1910 to 1913. We have a museum to that effect that you could go see, but if you have time. And I know that's not the reason you're here. We also have Iowa's only national cemetery here, and it was commissioned in 1861 by President Lincoln. And it was one of the original 14 national cemeteries. And so we have that here, and we're very proud of that. We're working on getting a brand new road out to the national cemetery. That's really needed, and we're working on that with legislators at all ranks. So we hope that we'll have that done next year, maybe when you come back. Okay, so what's going to go on tomorrow? The geode hunting sites. After you go to the registration table, which you're going to go through tonight, the registration, and get your wristband, which you have to have for all the hunts. You go to a site selection tent, a hunt site selection tent, and there's a big sign out in front of that tent. And it helps you pick which site you want to go to. They're broken down as the easy, medium, and hard. And that's easy, an easy place to find geodes and pick up geodes. Probably a creek bed where they're maybe just laying around, and so you just have to pick the ones that you want. Medium, there's probably a little more walking. Maybe some hilly terrain, and hard is usually, when we say hard, it's harder digging. Sometimes you have to dig into a rock wall. Sometimes it takes a little bit more to get those. So they're broken down as to easy, medium, and hard. The hunts, all hunts will be held tomorrow. It says weather permitting on this sheet, but the weather's going to be okay. It's maybe supposed to get a little rain shower, about 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, but it's just a shower. There's no lightning or anything like that, so we should be okay. And maybe they'll put it on a little bit. That'd be nice. It's all put off a few hours. So you go to the site, hunt site selection place, sign up for one of the hunts that you'll go on. Then the hunts, you'll be led by a truck or a car that has a flag out the window. And it could be a pink flag, a white flag, a black flag, you name it. But they'll be lined up at the front entrance of the church. And about the 7:45, we'll start making announcements for you to head to your cars. So please go to your cars about 7:45, and we'll start moving out at 8 o'clock. Now, there's a not shortwave, but it's a radio station. It'll come in over 91.5 on your radio, and you tune into 91.5, and you'll hear my lovely voice telling you to get ready. So even at 8 o'clock in the morning after being up at 5. So well, it might be a little bit lower than it is right now. But we'll leave, and for example, I think the first flag going out is a black flag. And that is Rod's place. So we'll call out the cars leaving under the black flag first. Everybody, please, everybody else, stay in your parking spot. And we'll call each color, and you just stay out of the way until it's your turn, and then we'll let you out. When you call, I call your number or your flag color and tell you to start moving, you head towards the flags. There's all these flags that are red, white, and blue. You'll see them out there on the parking lot. You head towards the flags and work your way out that way. This year, we have some parking that's on the far eastern side, on the other side of the vendors. So we'll have to be patient with each other, and we'll work in those cars as the people in the other lot is working their way out. We'll have to work those in. But we experienced last year, we had the parking was clear around the church. And so we ran into a little bit of a parking jam. So we opened up some more area for parking this year. We'll also, on Saturday, have parking across the street in some of those lots over there. But, you probably won't have to worry about that. A couple things that the parking people, and we have people that will be directing you to park tomorrow morning. They ask that no cars be left in the parking lot tonight because chances are they would be at an angle and it has to be straight in parking. So please help them out by not leaving any cars in that parking lot tonight, and please go where the attendants tell you to go. That's all they ask. They're working real hard. They're not professionals. They're folks here from this church, but they are experienced in parking, in getting the most cars in this lot. We had RAGBRAI a few years ago, and they parked 400 cars in this lot, nose to nose, So it works, but if you listen to what they say and get out of here and get in here and get out of here with that. Any questions on that? No. 91.5. There's several signs around the area, the grounds that will tell you that. And so it's always, you can always come to registration and ask if you forget. FM, 91.5 FM. So, 91.5. Okay. All right. We ask you that you turn your flashers on, not a necessity, but we ask that you do that. But you have to, I talked to the police around here, and they assured me that you still have to obey the traffic laws, even if it's not a funeral procession, or you can go right on through stop signs. You have to stop at the stop sign, but you don't have to stop for very long. I'll call you back. So we take you through town so that there's not many stoplights. There's just a stoplight when you get out here at Casey's, and a stoplight down the road just a little bit. There's a Scooter's coffee place and a Teal Haas auto tire place, and that's where you turn off and get away from the lights. So that's for the people going, huh? Yes, that's for the people going to Illinois. The people from Missouri will turn out the other way, go on the bypass, and you don't have any lights. So, it should be fairly easy. Please try to stay up with, the cars in front of you. Don't let a half a mile get in between you. Most all the guides are experienced drivers, and they go rather slow right at first to catch everybody up and watch behind them. If you happen to get lost from your group, come back to the church, and we'll get you to hunt another spot to hunt if you get lost from your group. Don't try to just find them, but just come back to the church, and we'll get you a place to hunt. We'll get somebody else to take you. Okay. Let's see. You will be walking in fields, stream beds, rivers, small rivers, not Mississippi, sand and mud. For you and your children's safety, please wear shoes or boots. You think we don't make these things up. We had some people a few years ago had their kids and they were barefoot, and that's kind of dangerous in a small river, like, or even out on the rocks. So please wear shoes or boots. You're responsible for bringing your collected geodes to the main hunt area. That's bringing them up out of the river. There may be someone there to help you. There may not be. Some sites have people to help you. Some don't, depending on the age of the people. But you are to pay the landowner or the guide before you leave the grounds with the. She has? Okay. Oh, well, let me finish this. To pay the guide or the landowner, some of the landowners will be there. Just pay them. They get the $25 per bucket or the 55 cents per pound at the St. Francisville site. They have a big scale that weighs up to 600 pounds, and so they got that covered. So just leave the money with them. This is a chance for the landowners to make some money, and then nothing comes to the Tourism Bureau out of that money. Yes. Chuck, question back here.
Do you get to pick the place you go to, or does each group go to all the places?
Absolutely, you get to pick the place. You get to pick the place, and thank you for bringing that up. You pick a place like tomorrow morning, and then you'll come back about 11:30 to 12, something like that. You have to come back and pick another place at that time. So each time you pick a spot to go to. And you'll talk amongst yourselves and amongst each other, and you'll find out where they found certain types of geodes or whatever. I mean, this is a social event that we're all here with a common goal, and that's finding a pretty geode. So, so we'll all talk, and by the time you get through the weekend, you'll know a lot more about geodes and how to hunt them.
You got a cutoff limit to sign up places?
There's nothing written in stone on a cutoff number, but usually if it gets up to 50 cars, we kind of use our judgment there. That's a lot of people to caravan, but with 9 spots, you can take a lot of people. So I'm not going to say that it won't be cut off, but it's a while before it's cut off, before you get up to 50 people. Not 50 people, 50 cars.
Is it one bucket per person, or can it be one bucket for a group?
If you're hunting together and you get one bucket, that's fine. Yeah, it counts as one bucket. And you can take as many buckets as you want. Yes.
Karaoke now. I was just wondering if we're out hunting and we find a great agate
Anything goes. You can take anything. A lot of, when, over in the Fox River, you'll see, a lot of, fossils, different animals, stuff. So if you find fossils, you can take fossils, whatever. It's not just a geode vessel. No, we ask that you don't crack the geodes on site. You can try to adhere to that. I'm sure people working around you will adhere to that better. So, because, sure, everybody wants to know what they've got, before they get back. But that isn't really fair, and it ends up with a lot of shards in the creeks, and it's not a good thing at all. So we ask that you don't break them out there on site. Everybody's assured me that it looks okay, and so there's a couple I haven't talked to yet, but everybody else has said it's drying up pretty nice. So.
Will you still be posting updates on the Facebook page for Geotest?
Yes.
If something changes?
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Is it cash only at the sites or are they at Denver?
Yes, it is. It is cash only. Yeah. Or if you have a check and that's up to the landowner. If the landowner says it's all right to take a check, that'll be up to them. But they prefer cash.
My bucket is only half full, if it's still gonna cost $25.
That's a good question. I really don't know how to answer that because different landowners are different. There's some that have gone to $25, whether you get a fourth of a bucket. It didn't used to be that way. And I'll try to get a clarification on that and post it on the Facebook as soon as I find out. But some of the landowners have changed on me, and I had to call them to find out that there was a change. So I'll check on that. Becky, remind me to check on that. Remind me to check on that. Check on to see if they're going to charge for partial buckets. If partial buckets are going to be $25 or not. Yeah, yeah. The only landowner that has really been doing that is Jacobs. So I'll check with him tonight and see how that goes.
If you get here at 6:30, you sign up, you register, can you go get breakfast and come back for 8 o'clock?
Sure.
Okay.
No, yeah.
So I just want to let you guys know your view. I've been back here after 5 years, drove 1,000 miles to come here. This is the best, well-organized geological event that I've ever attended. And even if you have to pay a full bucket price, the value of the views that you get, even a half bucket, like way exceeds. So I want to thank you and everybody else who volunteers and supports this event. I'm so very grateful. So that's all I want to say.
Your cash will be in a Well, thank you very much. We do put in a lot of work, and we want to make it a good experience for everybody. When we took it back over, just a couple things that we did when we took it back over, and a couple things that I saw that was lacking. We immediately put a porta potty at every site. And we have flush toilets, running water. We've got an 8-holer up here, and so that porta potty is up by the registration. It's the big trailer-looking thing. So walk in that, and you'll think it's better than my bathroom. I'll tell you that. So so we did that, and then we also started doing so that my voice is on your radio, so that you have time to get ready. It used to be that they would announce it, and you had to stand right around where they were announcing, and then everybody would have to run to their car. So this way is a little different, but we do work hard to try to make it a good experience, and we're always there. Somebody is always there. If you have something that you don't like or that you do like, we appreciate hearing both of them, because we learn every year. You know, I mean, this is a learning experience. It's not nothing is set in stone, and so we can learn every year on that. Okay. More questions? Yep.
What's an average time to get to the hunt sites?
The Illinois sites would probably be 20 minutes, and the Missouri sites might be 25 minutes. So, okay. Anything else? Forget. Absolutely. Look at my beautiful wife of 47 years is modeling the shirt, this shirt, your shirt. It's it's picking and a grinning at the Geode Fest this year. So, and it has the dates on it. Last year's shirt didn't. There was a lot of complaints, but you know, last year we were coming out of COVID, and we didn't know for a long time whether we were going to have the event or not. So we didn't put a date on it. That made some people upset because they've been coming for years and they had a date on every shirt. But so we sold them a magic marker and said they could put it on. Let's see. I think we've covered about everything that I wanted to cover. And any other questions? Yes.
How many people are registered currently?
The pre-registration was at about 700. So people that have not registered, and the people that come in on one day, Saturday only, will probably be about it. Last year we had 1,019, and we'll probably be there again, I think. You here again?
Yeah.
Did anybody fly in? Is anybody here that flew in? From? Texas. All right. Yeah, I've talked to you. Yeah. I didn't think this was going to become a fly-in, but it has become a fly-in, and we have those folks there from Texas, and we have some folks from Washington. That's going, yeah, there she is, right there back there, from Washington State, that flew in. How you're going to get your rocks home, I have no idea. Because I heard that you had like 15 buckets apiece. I don't know how that's under the 50. But they do have shipping services out of Keokuk. So We, but we appreciate everyone that's come in, and especially the folks that flew in. That's just, for us, that's extraordinary. So, okay, Becky, what did I forget? Up here is a few examples of the folks that have never seen a geode before. This is what you're going to be looking for. It's a rounded rock. A lot of Sunday school teachers use these geodes for a Sunday school class. Ugly on the outside, beautiful on the inside, and it's like that to people. And so it's something you can use a geode for many things, but it's probably not more important thing. Last year's shirt, we have some last year's shirt left over, and it says it's what's inside that counts. So so when we were talking about geodes and coming out of COVID, we were talking about life. So.
Do you have a list of sites?
Yeah, the list of sites, it is on a big board in front of the registration booth out there. The reason I had a lot of requests for the sites before the Geode Fest. We have never given out, and in previous years, the Nurse Searchers did not give out the list of sites before the people got there. They wanted to protect the landowners from people going early, a week before or something like that. And so we purposely do not let these spots out before. One thing I just thought about, if you're out there, a guide guides you out to the spot. If you want to come home early, or you come back, I say home, if you want to come back to the church area early, you're free to do that. Your GPS will bring you back to here, so.
How long are the drives to the sites? Like how many miles or how long does it take?
Yeah, about 20 minutes through Illinois and about 25 minutes. It's probably 10 miles to Illinois and probably 15 to 20 to Missouri. Now, if you want to stay where you're at, you can stay. You don't have to come in for lunch. If you if you're having good luck and you don't want to go to any more of the sites that day, you can stay at the site that you go to in the morning. Just stay. You don't have to come back.
No. Good to know.
Any other questions? Yep.
How do these contests work for what you find?
Oh my gosh, you forgot the contest. That's the most important part. Because there's a big prize. Well, it ain't too big, really. Let's see, are the prizes? Well, anyway, it's the largest, the smallest, the prettiest, the ugliest. And we get some ugly ones. I can't tell you. Rarest geode, and this mud's for you. So if you fall in the mud, it's not a total disaster. You might get a prize. So so the muddy people get the prizes on that. So there's an adult division and a children's division. So and those will be held at about 5:15. Both Friday and Saturday, and about 1 o'clock on Sunday, or whenever everybody gets back on Sunday.
What are some of the rare types of geodes that have been found?
I'm not an expert. Well, I'll tell you, what would be really rare is if you found a red one, red hematite on the inside. There was one last year. One small one, about like this. And it was just a rose color. It was beautiful. And that's probably the rarest. They found 20 minerals in the geode, in the different geodes, everything from marcasite to calamite, goethite. I mean, there's a lot of things. There's 20 that they've found, and that's what we look for in the rarest competition, is those off minerals.
Does it cost money for the contest?
Nope, just bring back the best one you think will win that contest and just enter it. Yep, bring it up. Don't cost a thing.
So since you can't crack them on the property, you bring them back to church to crack them?
Sure. Yeah, you can crack them. Some of the people have, I mean, you'll see some crackers out in the parking lot. That's probably one of the main things that have changed over the 18 years. Back 18 years ago, there may have been one cracker in the parking lot. I mean, the crowd wasn't this big, I grant, but there was probably one cracker. Now there's probably a cracker for every 10 cars. You know, they've got onto those soil pipe cutters being used, great for cracking geodes. That brought back the price on those soil pipe cutters. It was down for a long time because they used to break the clay soil pipe for that, and with those, and then they started using PVC, so they didn't have any use for the clay pipe cutters anymore, so they started going down in price. Then the geode hunters got onto it, and they went back up. So there's a use for everything. See, Becky, I shouldn't throw away anything, Becky. That's the reason I don't throw away.
I had a question. So tomorrow, here it's 6:30.
Well, if you're registered, which you're going to get registered here pretty soon, you'll be able to pick out your hunt site and sign up for that anytime before, at 6:15 until 7:45 in the morning.
And so we take our car to the actual site, so we don't need to like backpack our tools or anything. We're actually driving the car.
Yes.
Thank you.
For those of us that pre-registered, how do we get our wristbands?
You'll go tonight, just go through this line, and they'll take care of it. No. I think it's time.
Mass exodus.
If you have any more questions, I'm around, and these geodes, take a look at them. That's what you're going to find plenty of. Whoa, what? Yeah, get in the line.